Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to the Wednesday live stream on Thursday. I know it's a bit strange, and at 5 o'clock. That is because it's a strange timetable in the summer. I apologize. I'm here on my own this week. Lynn cannot make it, so I'm flying solo. And welcome. If you have not seen me before, my name's Craig, and I'm from the website mansioningles.com, where you can study English for free. Lots of exercises and courses there for your English practice. And also we have a podcast over at inglespodcast.com, which is every Sunday, and it's also a free resource that will help you to improve your English. Now, if you are watching live, hello, welcome. Please say hi and let me know where you're from. And if you're watching the replay, I hope you'll find this live stream useful to improve your vocabulary. So I'm going to be on for about 30-40 minutes, helping you with some words, playing a couple of games, and improving your vocabulary resource. Lynn will be back on Wednesday next week. We are continuing through July, and then in August we are taking a break from these live streams, just so that you know. And speaking of taking a break, I know people in the northern hemisphere here in Europe, we take a summer break, but that does not necessarily mean that you want to take a break from your English. Maybe you want to continue practicing, especially focusing on your speaking. And if that's the case, you might be interested in joining my conversation course, which started this week and continues all through July. It's not too late to join. So for more information, send me an email and I will let you know all about the course, what happens, and if there's a level available for you. So my email address is now in the chat, and people are starting to arrive. Arturo, good morning to you. Where are you speaking from or writing from? Where are you in the world? Patricia from the Canary Islands in Spain. Lovely to see you here. And seems to be problems connecting on YouTube. I don't know why that is. It's telling me to check my internet connection. So I hope you can see this on YouTube. Most people seem to be on Facebook. Again, say hello, tell us where you're from, and please contribute during this live stream by writing in the chat so that you can practice your English. Now, this is the third in the series of vocabulary, expanding your vocabulary. If you're interested in watching number 1 and number 2 to improve your vocabulary, you will find that on the Mansion Ingles website. Go to mansioningles.com/videos, and there's a long list of live streams. At the bottom, you'll see expand your vocabulary 1 and expand your vocabulary 2. And you can practice with those videos if you haven't already seen them. Hi, Gemma. Good to see you. As usual, lovely to see you here. And YouTube is okay, says Lumir. Thank you, Lumir. It's good to see you here as well. So let's see what we can help you with today. Now, in Expand Your Vocabulary 1, we looked at some collocations and some adjectives like absent-minded, well-behaved, second-rate, thought-provoking, well-off. We also looked at mouth-watering, ill-mannered, worn-out, world-class, profit-oriented, record-breaking, far-fetched. Also, we looked at, here we are, I think, Yes. Phrasal verbs like keep out, worn out, um, a bed of roses, if you remember. Again, if you haven't seen and want to practice these expressions, go and watch the other two videos. The phrasal verbs we looked at last time, 2 weeks ago, to live up to something, to look forward to something, looking at those prepositions that go together with phrasal verbs, to take care of, to put up with, check up on, etc. So lots of rich vocabulary there in the previous 2 episodes. And today we're going to have fun with a crossword. Not exactly a crossword, just some definitions with some letters missing. Now, all of these clues are connected with the word time, and the phrases are connected with time. Look at the example. Time flies when you're having fun, which means time goes very quickly. When I do these live streams, time flies. It's difficult to believe I'm speaking to you for 40 minutes or 60 minutes. The time goes really quickly. We can say that time flies. Another popular expression, time flies when you're having fun. So that's the idea. You need to write letters in the spaces to make a collocation or an expression with time. Now, look at B. She'll learn how to do it eventually. It's just a of time. Now, if you think you know the missing word, write it in the chat and I will tell you if you are correct. Each box represents one letter. So the missing word in B has 6 letters. What do you think, Gemma? Lumir, Patricia, any idea? It's just a what of time. Eventually, she'll learn to do it. What expression or what word makes? Yes, Gemma's got it. Just a matter of time. Well done. Yeah, it's just a matter of time until I learn how to use this software. It's just a matter of time until my Spanish becomes perfect. It's just a matter of time. Now, if you look at these boxes, you can see, well done, Gemma, you can see there's a green box. So if you take the letter from each green box in the same order, it will also spell an expression with time. So as we continue to the next slide where there are more expressions, you should be able to guess. Whoops, sorry, just showed you the answers. You should be able to guess the expression at the bottom. What have I done? I've completely lost. Here we are. I hope you didn't see the answers there. Isn't it great doing live streams? You never know what's going to happen. Full of surprises. So Gemma got the first one. B, she'll learn how to do it. It's just a matter of time. C, we don't have to rush it. So time is on our what? 4 letters. Another expression with time. If you have time to spare, you say time is on our side. Gemma's got it again. That's 2 points to Gemma. She's doing really well. Time is on our side. Also a very good song by the Rolling Stones. Or as you say in Spanish, Los Rollings. So if time is on your side, then you have time to spare. Time is not a problem. Time's not flying. It doesn't go quickly. You have time to spare. Time is on your side. Moving on. C, we don't have to, sorry, D, he decided to leave the company because his boss was giving him a time. Another letter with 4 words. He decided to leave the company because his boss was giving him a what time? And this word is similar to difficult. His boss was giving him a difficult time. You can say that, but with the missing word, it's a stronger collocation. It's more common. Yeah. If you're just joining, say hi, tell us where you're from. You're very welcome. And if you are watching the replay, thank you. Try and make it to the next live stream and watch live. It's more fun. You can write your comments in real time. There's another expression with time, in real time. So if you have time, if you can spare the time, join us live next Wednesday. So we're on D. He decided to leave the company because his boss was giving him a time. That's 3 out of 3. Hema, can you give the other people a chance? Hema's too quick. Well done. A hard time. Yeah. If you give someone a hard time, then you make things difficult for them. You make life difficult for them. So in this case, his boss was making his life difficult. He was giving him a hard time. Okay. So what do we have here? We have we have a matter of time, that's T. Time is on our side, that's S. So we've got ITS. So here we've got IT. And then we've got H. So what do you think the phrase is? Any idea? There are the answers. And we've got it's. And then the next word begins with H. So if you can guess that phrase, Hema, you are the star of the show. While you're thinking, let's go to some more expressions with time. Ben something time for burglary. 3 letters. And it collocates with time. Now, I'll give you a clue. This is quite difficult. It's a verb. And in this context, Tim is a crook. He broke the law. He got caught by the police. He got sent to prison. So what's the collocation here with time? And it may, whoa, no idea. I've stumped you, Hema. Let me put that expression in the chat. If you stump someone, then the person has no idea. Stump someone. To ask them a question to which they do not know the answer. So I've stumped you there. I've asked you a question that you don't know the answer to. So it means to go to prison. And I'll give you another minute to have a guess. 3 letters. And it's a verb in the past tense. Any idea? Okay, I will tell you. I'll put the answer in the chat here. Ben did time for burglary. So it's a colloquial expression. To do time means to go to prison. I've done time for theft. I've done time for stealing a car. I've done time for breaking the law, for shoplifting. I've done time for not paying my taxes, for example. So if you do time, or if you know somebody who's done time, they've been in prison. To do time. F. I read through her email time and couldn't believe she could have written something like that. Time and 5 letters. And this expression means repeatedly. Something that's repetitive. It happens time and any idea? Lumir, Hammer, Patricia? What do you think? I read through her email time and I couldn't believe she could have written something like that. Silence. I can hear you thinking. I can hear you thinking. But so far, no answer. No? Shall I tell you? Okay. Time and again. Again. I read through her email time and again. If you do something time and again, then you repeat it. You do it repeatedly. You keep doing it. You continue doing it. I've told you time and again not to leave your dirty clothes on the floor. I've told you time and again to clean the kitchen after you use it. Time and again. Repetitively. Okay, let's go to G. I know time, all wounds. But a year has passed and our breakup is still so painful. A wound is an injury. The pronunciation is a bit tricky. Wound. Ooh. Wound. Wound. So your lips come together for the w sound of the W. And the vowel sound is ooh. Wound. So I know time, all wounds, but a year has passed and our breakup is painful. So this expression means that as time passes, you feel better. You begin to get over or recover from something that's hurtful or painful. And this is often used when there's emotional distress or your feelings are hurt, perhaps. So it's not so much physical. It's more as time goes by, you forget how sad you were. So time, whoops, I've given you the answer again. I keep clicking the wrong thing. Did you see that? Okay. Craig, come on, get your act together. Time heals all wounds is the expression. So to heal is to make better, to cure, you could say. If you cut yourself with a knife, then the wound will heal with time. The skin closes. It gets better. You recover. So in a similar way, if you break up with someone, if you're not together with them, after a year, maybe time has healed the wound. Time heals all wounds. Okay, and the last one, H. It's a sci-fi film about a time what? Who goes back to the past to look for his lost father. So this is describing a person who goes back to the past, and time here is the adjective describing the person, the kind of person who changes place. There's a clue. So a science fiction film about a time what? Somebody who travels in time is a time traveler. So that's the answer. A time traveler. It's in the chat there. A science fiction film, a sci-fi film about a time traveler who goes back to the past to look for his father. So let's look at the answers we've got from that slide. We've got more letters in our phrase. It's high, and then another word beginning with T, which I think you can probably guess. But just to make sure, let's go to the last slide. We've got 3 more words. The most important thing for me is to spend some time with my kids, with my children. So this is another adjective describing time, this time. And we've got 7 letters. I'll give you a clue. The first letter is Q, and it's describing time that has a special meaning that you focus on with a lot of love and attention. It's actually a strange concept, and I'll explain why when I've given you the answer. Any ideas, people watching? Can you guess this one, Gemma? What do you think? Describing time. It's quality time. Okay? The most important thing for me is to spend some quality time with my kids, which I think some parents use as an excuse for not spending a lot of time with their kids. There's a train of thought in the US that it's better to spend half an hour of quality time with your children, focused completely on what they're doing and giving them love, than to spend 3 hours of just being with them. I am not sure. I think that might be an excuse for not spending more time with your kids, but that's just my opinion. So to spend quality time with someone is to spend a good time with them, focusing and paying attention and being aware and being awake and doing the best you can to educate your kids and give them love. Quality time. Spend some quality time with your kids. J, the interview with the Prime Minister will be broadcast during time. 5 letters. Now, this means the time when most people will be watching the broadcast, maybe on TV, maybe on the internet. It's the time when most people watch something. Yep. No, not spare. Sorry. Paula's got it. Prime time. Yep. The interview with the Prime Minister will be broadcast during prime time on TV. The prime time is when most people will be watching. Some of you may have heard of Amazon Prime. There's a connection there. Prime time, when everyone's watching. Well done there, Paula. And the last one, K. We're increasingly for time as there's a lot to be done during the first phase. This is where time is short. There is not a lot of time. And if you feel that there's not a lot of time or there's not enough time, you can use this expression. I feel very for time. I need to rush. There's a lot to do. I don't have enough time. We're increasingly what for time? Any idea? Paula? Gemma? Lumia, if you're still with us? Anybody there who knows this? Okay, I'll tell you. It's pressed for time. If you are pressed for time, then you don't have a lot of time to do things. We have to move quickly because we're very pressed for time. Unfortunately, that is my case today. I am pressed for time because I have a lesson to teach after this live stream. So unfortunately, I might have to finish in 15 minutes or so because I'm pressed for time. I don't have a lot of time. So using those letters in each word, we get it's high time. It's high time that you studied more grammar, Craig, more Spanish grammar. It's high time the government dealt with the financial crisis. It's high time you went to the doctor and got your knee checked, for example. So if you say it's high time, it means do it now. The time has passed. You really need to do it. It's high time. Yeah, that's another useful expression. So there you have it. We had time flies. It's a matter of time. Time is on our side. To give someone a hard time, to make life difficult. To do time in prison. To do something time and again, or sometimes you hear time and time again, repeatedly. Time heals all wounds is a popular expression. A time traveler travels through time. And to spend quality time with someone. And prime time TV, prime time radio, if you remember radio, and to be pressed for time. That's often used in the passive. I am pressed for time. I feel pressed for time. Yep. So you don't press time, you feel pressed for time. Okay. I will go back over those another time. And let's move on to some anagrams. Do you like anagrams? I hope so, because we've got 10 for you here. You have to rearrange the letters in each word to create 2 more words containing the same letters. So look at the example, the word time that we've been studying. So if you change TIME and you rearrange those letters, you can have the word item, which is with those same 4 letters, or emit, which means to send out. My computer is emitting some strange noises. It's sending out some strange noises. So there we've got 2 words from the word time. Look at the word react here in A. Whoops, sorry. I've clicked the slide. React with A. Can you think of any words rearranging REACT? I've got 3 examples that I can think of. Yes, Paula, well done. Paula's got 1. Create. Yeah, I have a feeling you're going to be good at this, Paula. So create is... No, that's not possible, is it? Because we only have 1 E. We need 2 E's. There are 2 E's in create. So that's not possible, I'm afraid, Paula. You can have the word crate, which is like a box. Can be made of wood. You can have a wooden crate. You can have a plastic crate. You can have a milk crate for keeping milk bottles or milk cartons. So a crate is like a box. That's possible. Can you think of any more? With react? Yes. Well done, Monte. Fantastic. Trace. Yeah, that could be a verb or a noun. The police often trace phone calls. they follow the phone call to see where the origin is, where the phone call came from, or where the phone call went to. And if you're tracing a phone call, sometimes you're also listening. You can trace somebody's journey or whereabouts, where they are. The police are often tracing emails, etc. So to trace kind of means to follow. And you can also use it as a noun, a trace. You can have a trace on your phone, a trace on your movements if you're moving about. So well done, Monty. Yeah. I can think of one more apart from trace. Let's put trace up there. There's also the verb to cater, which can mean to put food for someone or for people. A catering service caters for parties, caters for meetings, caters for events. To cater for. The preposition is usually for, cater for. It can also mean to host or deal with something. For example, a company can say, unfortunately, we cannot cater to your request. Cater to your request. The preposition changes. So when you're speaking about food, it's often cater for something, cater for a party, cater for a dinner, cater for a meeting, a reception, and cater to someone or to a situation. We cannot cater to your needs, for example. Let's move to B, plates. Can you think of any other words using Plates? Plates. Now, plates is interesting, especially if you're a Spanish speaker. A plate can be the thing that you put the food on. So you put food on a plate. But when you're speaking about a particular food, we often use the word dish, whereas you'd say plato in Spanish. So fish and chips is an English dish. And some Spanish speakers confuse that and they say it's an English plate. No. Paella is a Spanish dish. Spaghetti is an Italian dish, etc. Sushi is a Japanese dish. So plate is the thing that you put the food on. Can you think of other words with Plates? I've got 3 here. Okay. No answers yet. Here are my 3. Staple, petals, and pleats. What are they? Flowers have petals, and pleats are what you find sometimes in dresses. When you fold the material and you iron the material, you get pleats. A pleated skirt, for example, has lines and you fold the material over. A pleated dress, pleats. And staple can be something that holds paper together, to staple 2 pieces of paper together. So it's a verb and a noun, a staple. And as an adjective, you can use it to speak about a diet. If you have a staple diet, then it's a regular diet. It's something that often repeats. Let's go to C, smile, S-M-I-L-E. Do any words come to mind with smile, S-M-I-L-E? Can you think of words from that word if you change the order? Yes, Paula, very good. Miles is one. M-I-L-E-S. Yeah, miles and kilometers. And John's got one as well. Limes, the fruit, similar to a lemon. You've got limes. lemon and limes. I can think of one more, and it's the word that you sometimes find at the bottom of a swimming pool when you don't clean it, or if you leave water in a container for a long time, you get this green, horrible green. It's called slime. Horrible green slime at the bottom of a bucket or a pot. And the adjective is slimy. If something is slimy, then it's horrible to touch, and like it's like almost a liquid, but not, and it's horrible slime. Moving on to D, meat. There, you've only got 4 letters, so can you think of any words to make from meat? Change the order. I can think of 3. From meat, M-E-A-T. Yep, well done, John. Fantastic. You got team there. Can you think of any more? The British word for friend, perhaps? Maybe you know that. And the opposite of wild when you're speaking about an animal. I'll tell you, shall I? So mate is colloquial English, British English for friend. If your friend lives in your flat, it's a flatmate. If you work with someone, they're a workmate. If they live in your house, they're a housemate. If they're in your class, they're your classmate. And it's very common in British English to hear someone calling somebody else a mate. Hey, mate, how you doing? Yes, and Patricia got there as well. Well done. And yeah, tame is the opposite of wild. A wild animal, and then you train the animal, you domesticate the animal, and the animal becomes tame. Very good. E, large. Let's move to large. Very big. I can think of 3 words if I change the order of large, L-A-R-G-E. What do you think? Any idea? Words from large. If you rearrange the letters. And I remind you that if you are interested in English conversation, it's not too late to join my conversation courses for July. If you want some information, send me an email to mansionteachers@yahoo.es, and I'll give you information about this month's courses. I'll also be teaching through August and September. So if you're away on holiday or you can't make July, then no worries. Just get in touch and I'll give you some details. John wants a clue for large. Well, one word that comes to mind is a type of beer that you drink. Now, it's not the dark beer, it's the light beer. What is that called in English? And another word is connected to royalty, the kings and the queens. It's an adjective that describes people of royalty. And another one, very, very bright light. If you're driving at night and somebody has their headlights on full beam, this word describes the effect of a very bright light. Yes, Monse, obviously a beer drinker. Monse has correctly rearranged the letters to make lager. Lager is the light colored beer with gas. Okay, well done. I'll give you the others. If you didn't get them, glare is when something is the light is in your eyes. It's very, very strong light, and the glare of the light stops you from seeing clearly. As a verb, it also means to look at somebody very intently, to glare at somebody. Your eyes widen and you stare intently. You look intently at somebody, almost with anger, to glare at someone. You're in your car again, somebody's putting their headlights in your face, the glare of the lights, and then you glare at the driver. And regal is connected to royalty. Regal dress is the dress that kings and queens wear. And if you describe a person as being very regal, then it's the way they carry themselves, the way they speak, the way they act, their body language, very regal. Okay, let's move on to phase, F. So Phase. I've only got 2 words here from phase. Let's see if you can get more than 2. Phase. So one word is similar to the form of something. And the other word is a plural word for something that is in one place. For example, if you put clothes all together in like a small mountain, you can use this word to describe the group of clothes. Okay, we'll have to go a bit quicker because of time. So I have shape and heaps. Heaps, a heap of clothes, a collection of clothes on the floor, one on top of the other. Heaps. You can also use it informally to mean a lot of something. I've got heaps of time, or she's got heaps of money, which means a lot of things. Break. I can think of 2 words from break, G. One is a profession, and one is connected to a car. Let me tell you, because we are running out of time. Time flies, doesn't it? So baker is the profession. People who bake bread are bakers. And brake on a car, brake, is when you stop, you put your foot on the brake. It's also a verb, to brake. And the hand brake is the one you use your hand with. And the foot brake, obviously, Patricia got it, to brake and a brake. Same pronunciation as break, but different meaning. Moving on to stub, stub. I've got 3 words for stub. That's letter H, stub. I'll tell you. Oh, Paula's got it. Yeah, well done, Paula. That was quick. Wow. Well, John's got one. Yeah, bust. That's one of mine. And tubs is another one. And I also had butts. Now, I'm not speaking about the conjunction but. I'm speaking about the verb to butt, which is to use your head to hit someone. For example, goats, they butt each other. So it butts something. So to hit something with your head is to butt. Yeah, Paula got it as well. Well done. Tubs. Yeah, a tub can be a tub, a container for something, like a tub of butter, or a tub of margarine, or a tub of cheese, cream cheese, or cottage cheese. They come in tubs, plastic containers. You also have a bath tub, which is a bath, but it's the shape that makes it a tub. And bust has two meanings that I can think of. To bust is to break, colloquially. I've bust my computer. It doesn't work anymore. It's broken. It's bust. And a bust, the noun, is when you make a statue of somebody's head. That's called a bust. Butts, perros. Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah. No, I don't think it exists as a conjunction in the plural, but I like your thinking, John. Two more to go. Spare. S-P-A-R-E. Spare. Have you got a spare pen? Have you got a spare 50 euros? I can think of three. No, two. I've only got two words for spare. One is a fruit, the plural of a fruit. And the second one is something you throw to kill someone. Okay. Yes, Patricia, but what's that in English? You've written it in Spanish. Yeah, John's got it. Pears. Peras. Pears. One pear, two pears, one apple, two apples. And the other word was spear, is the thing you throw to kill someone. And the last word is kale, which is a green vegetable. Apparently, it's really good for you, although I don't like it. The translator, yeah, it happens, Patricia. I have two words from kale, K-A-L-E. Yes, that's one of them, Paula. Well done. Lake is one word. And the other one, yes, John, lake, you got it too. And the other one is when the water escapes from something, it leaks. My bathroom, my shower's leaking, my bathroom's leaking, my tap is leaking. Yeah, Paula got it, and Gemma got it as well. Well done. Excuse me. To leak. So you can have a leak. It's a noun and a verb, and it's leaking. Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope that's been useful. I'm sorry I have to finish now, but time flies, doesn't it? Time flies when you're having fun. So to go back over those words connected to time, time flies, it goes quickly. She'll learn how to do it eventually. It's just a matter of time. It's a matter of time. Time is on our side. We have a lot of time to do it. Don't worry. Time is on our side. And to give someone a hard time, to make life difficult for someone, stop giving your employee a hard time. To do time is to go to prison. My neighbor has done time for burglary. And to do something time and again, to repeat it over and over, to repeat something. Time heals all wounds. So eventually you will recover and feel better from emotional pain. And people who travel in time are time travelers. Quality time, to spend quality time. Notice the collocation spend time. And prime time is when everybody's watching, the most popular time of day to do something. Prime time. and to be pressed for time. You don't have a lot of time, so you're pressed for time. Do it quickly. And it's high time, or it's about time, means the time has passed. You should have done it already. Do it now. It's high time you learned your collocations. So, thanks very much for watching. I hope you got something from that live stream. And as I mentioned at the beginning, I will be back on Wednesday with Lynn, and we'll be talking about something. I don't know what yet, but join us next Wednesday if you can, and it will be later. I don't know what time, but it will probably be after 8:30 or something, after our classes. So if you haven't seen me before, I'm Craig from mansioningles.com, where you can study English for free, and you can sign up for our newsletter and also do the courses and use the material on that website, and listen to the podcast, which is every Sunday, and that will help you improve your pronunciation, your grammar, and your vocabulary. And again, if you want to contact me for conversation classes, send me an email. If I can find it, here it is. Send me an email to mentionteachers@yahoo.com, and I'll give you information about how to speak with me for possible conversation classes in July, or if July is difficult for you, in August. And I've put my email in the chat for you. So thanks a lot for joining us. Thank you, Gemma. Thank you, Theo. Thank you, Montse, John, Patricia, Paula, and Gemma. Lovely to see you. And I'll see you again next week. Until then, have a great week. Take care. Bye-bye.